Hey guys, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing today? Monday afternoon here. Wah wah. I know, man. It drags Mondays. 12:30, good old southern New Jersey, and I got a piece to go over with you guys that I didn't think would be this good, but I think that you would be interested in seeing this one because it's a kind of a different piece, and it is pretty stinking good. But first, before we do that, I want to give a big thank you to RJ's Knives for having me on his live stream yesterday. It's just always a fantastic time. Not only yesterday, it's every Sunday. That man hosts a live stream, and he does a fantastic job with it. So if you guys get a chance, reach out to him. I mean, go on. It's a beautiful experience, and I'll guarantee you'll have a good time. On the panel yesterday was Isaac the Noob, Backwoodsman. That guy, man, I really didn't know him that well, to be honest with you guys. We really didn't talk at all for no particular reason. And it's a shame. It's a shame that I didn't, you know what I mean? He's got a heck of a knowledge for history, on knives and cutlery, and the guy is very smart. And I would have never known that if I haven't went on that live stream yesterday and spoke with him. If he wasn't on that live stream yesterday, I would have never met him, you know what I mean? Thrifty Kniffy, just another fantastic guy in the community. He's just a friend of mine, you know what I mean? He's a good guy, down to earth, funny cat, man, funny guy, you know what I mean? Just an all-around good guy. Big J's Knives. What do I say about Big J? He's newer to the community, but it feels like I've known the guy for 20 years. He's just fitting right in. He's just a great guy, man. Really, really nice to talk with. I could not be happier I met Big J. And I think that we're going to have a pretty gosh darn good relationship. I have this feeling. And how can we forget, last but not least, right? Big old Tom. My buddy Tommy, I call him Tommy, from Knife Delights. Now, you want to meet a guy that is just super fantastic. You got his humor. He brings such a spark to the chat and to the panel, and it wouldn't be the same if Tom wasn't there. I'll put it to you that way. He makes such an impression on that panel and on that live stream that it would not feel the same without Tom being there. He's lately, the past couple lives, he's been putting his wife's hat on or something. The bonnet, a big bonnet he puts on, and he starts talking like a girl, and he had us cracking up yesterday. You guys should go back and watch it. But that's it. That's all I got. You know what I mean? I just wanted to thank a few guys. Tell a few people how much I'm having, just a wonderful time. And this has opened up a lot of doors for me because I normally wouldn't go on lives, you know what I mean? I wouldn't do things like that. But now I'm opening up a little bit, and it feels good. It feels good to do that. So that's that. On to the review, I guess, guys. You're probably saying, Gary goes again, talking about everything else, but oh, man. All right, guys, I'm sorry. Here we go. This is, guys, I'm telling you, you're going to like this one. This is the new model from 2023. These are the Case Backpocket knives. And this pattern has been around for years and years and years. I've never pulled the trigger on getting one. But shame on me, man. I didn't know what I was missing. Now, you can get these in different blade shapes. You could get them in different cover handles. You could get this knife in a lot of different configurations. But this is this year's new model. In buffalo horn, you've got this tumbled stonewash blade here that is just absolutely fantastic. We're not done yet. You saw it right, guys. S35VN. There it is. S35VN steel. And this is a premium knife. This is not your normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill case knife. This is a premium knife. What could I say? This knife, I had plans. I had already in my mind, if this knife had major gapping, and I'm not saying if it had some gapping, I'd accept it. If it had major gapping, like a lot of them do, I was going to pack this up, ship it right back. If the blade wasn't centered for me, I was going to pack it up and send it back. I'm telling you guys that because I paid a lot of money for this knife. This knife was $135. And when you get paying that kind of money, I expect, good stuff. I'm not going to accept big gaps in the spring. I'm not going to accept off-centering, almost rubbing on the I can't even think of the word I'm using. The liners. It was going back, but I can show you the action. I can't really speak of that right now. This is just the first impressions. It's still breaking in. It's not bad. The action's not bad at all. The centering is just a little off. That's very, very acceptable for me. You're not going to get any better than that coming from Case. You are not. Trust me. But you could see the scales on both sides. This one's just a little bit fatter. So they're pretty much symmetrical on both sides of that buffalo horn. Give you a good look at the buffalo horn. This buffalo horn, guys, is, the most beautiful stuff. I've got a couple pieces in this buffalo horn, and I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. Show you the other side. It's like a worm groove pattern. That's what it reminds me of, a worm groove pattern. You've got line bolsters here. I love when they you get line bolsters. Man, you don't think it adds that much, but it does, man. It adds a lot. Like that hits you immediately when you see that knife. These line bolsters. It means a lot. The back spine is very acceptable to me. It's got a little gapping down here, but that's what I expect. A little bit of gap like that, that's fine by me. If this was all opened up and looked not right to me, I'm telling you I was sending it back. It's too much money for this knife. When you buy a back pocket knife, you always get one of these lanyards with the little case insignia on it. I like the lanyard a lot. I like it, but I do not think it belongs on this knife particularly. I just don't. I think I'm going to go ahead and take it off and look when I have time at other case knives to see if it matches, if I could get a better match, because This just doesn't match. As far as I'm concerned, this brown, if it was black, it'd be money. I'd keep it on there, you know, but this does not match. The inlay, you always have to be careful with the inlay sometimes, because it's hard to place that in there with this jigging. But it's pretty darn good. They got this one pretty good in there. I got no problems with them placing the inlay in that bone, because it's not easy. See, all the, you know, you got a lot of valleys and stuff in there to place that in. So it's not easy. The pinch, the hole here, it's about a 5. Real nice, not hard, not a nail breaker at all. Listen to the open. Real nice tight lock up there. This blade is just, it impressed me more in person. You've got this nice cut swedge up here. You know me, I always talk about the cut swedges, because this is another perfect example on how a cut swedge makes a knife blade look so much better. Just think about if that swedge wasn't there and it was just a regular, it came right down to the point, right? It would just be a regular blade, right? Real nice, slender, slim, sharp as the dickens, this blade, man. This S35, I'm going to work with it. I want to sharpen it up even more. It's like a Turkish clip, this blade. I think it reminds me of like a Turkish clip. But really, really digging the blade itself. Digging the bolster. Digging the buffalo horn came out really nice. It's a nice piece, you know what I mean? And that's exactly what I was hoping for from a premium knife. This is a premium knife, right? It's $135. It's nothing to scarf at, you know what I mean? It's a lot of money. The action is getting better. Like I said, I just barely got a drip of oil in it, but it's, let's show you the action again. So it's getting pretty darn good. And that's about it. That's my first impressions of it. I've always wanted to pick up one of these back pockets, right? And it was just one of those knives, you know, you guys know how it is, that you just never get around to picking up. You know what I mean? You always say, I'm going to get that knife, I'm going to get that knife, and it never comes. This is one of those knives that it just never happened for some reason. Not that I didn't want it. It was always on my radar. But I just never picked it up. And I was looking through this month's catalog from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. And they have all their new models in there. And I saw this. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, here we go. You know what I mean? I'm like, I saw it and I knew right away, man. It was just one of those things, you know, you just know. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger finally and picked it up. And I'm happy I did it. I'm really, really happy I did it. And Case can do it. I mean, this is one that is pretty darn decent to me, you know. Does it have a few problems? Yeah, it does. I don't want to nitpick them, but they got a few problems, but acceptable to me. You know what I mean? For Case, you know. I'll forgive that. And if you're looking for a higher end knife with great steel, this steel is just fantastic. You're looking for a good slip joint, a bigger slip joint. I know a lot of people in the community like bigger knives. This is the one for you. It fits in, I got a large size hand. It fits comfortably in my hand. I get a great purchase on it. And it's just a fantastic note. I mean, I can't, you know, I'm going to use it. I'm going to see how it works out. And hopefully I love it as much as I do right now or more. So that's about it, guys. Drop me a comment if you can. And if you can't, I'll understand that too. But that's the end of my first impressions on this case, Backpocket. And the only thing I could say is the first impressions is it's very, very positive. It's a positive first impressions. It's not cheap. It's not a cheap knife, but it's worth it. It's worth it. All right, guys. Be good, be well, be safe. I'll catch you on the next one.